Hi, everybody. Hope you're all well. Happy 2024. Happy February. I'm Chris Lawhead with Acres First Lending, with Excel Financial Group, and with the Capital Stewardship Show on YouTube. I wanted to do a brief video on the trends for the Denver metro area. I'm here in Denver. Many of my borrowers are in Denver. I've done a lot of deals in Denver for the last 20 years. And good old Lon Welsh, who I worked with over at Ironton Capital, and he's, of your Castle real estate fame, um, sends out these data sets. And so shout out to Lon. Thanks for the data. Let's tear into it. I'll be brief because I've got stuff to do, and I know you all do as well. Let's tear into it. Active listings. So there's 4,870 active listings as of January 2024. That's up 18% relative to 23. This is good for buyers, right? The more inventory, the better. Inventory is still historically incredibly low. So the average since January 1985 is 12,200. So since 85, the average is a little over 12,000, and we're at 4,800. So inventory historically is quite low. This is one of the many reasons that this market is stabilized, that we have not seen a downward push in prices, because there's simply not enough inventory, and there's plenty of people who want to buy. There's plenty of people who want to live in the Denver metro area. And we're not filling that inventory need very quickly. We're not building that inventory need demand very quickly. New listings for 2024, 3,280. That's up 15% since January 23. Homes were up 18%. Condos are up 8%. That's pretty good. So we are seeing some consumer thinking driving this trend, right? And let's talk about that. So the golden handcuffs of the super low rate mortgage, right? The golden handcuffs of those mortgage rates that people locked in. Well, those are kind of loosening because even though mortgage rates are volatile, they're drifting down from the highs of Q4 2023, right? So in the highs, we were looking at APRs of 7.8. Now we're looking at APRs that's set 6.7, right? So that will loosen those golden handcuffs. That will get some people off the fence, those people who are just puckered up too much because of the high interest rates, and they simply didn't want to move or didn't want to sell their house and lose that great rate that they had on it. Some owners have moved on to their next home while keeping their old home, right? House hacking, turning it into a rental, but might get burned out from being short-term landlords, long-term landlords. A bunch of new laws were passed in 2023, dramatically in the favor of tenants and hurting landlords. So a lot of these small mom and pop landlords are exiting, are selling. And so that should bring more inventory to the market, especially when the pain of those regulations, where the rubber meets the road and that pain actually hits those landlords. And then you've got family changes, right, that you can't ignore for too long, right? The kids have left the house. You've got a 3,000, 4,000 square foot house, and it's just mom and dad alone in the house. That can only last for so long till they downsize. Or inversely, the people growing their families and they're in a 800 square foot condo, well, they really want to move up to get that 1,200, 18, 2,400 square foot place to grow a family in. So I think we are going to see more movement and more transactions in 2024 relative to 2023. Those are the drivers that we're seeing that could push that. Oh, let's see what else. So prices are up 5% from 2023. 5%. That sounds familiar. I think the average price appreciation since I was born in the 70s is around 5 or 6%, depending on who you're asking. So the days of those 10% increases, I think, are over. That big boom, I mean, we had multiple years where the value went up in the double digits. I think that appreciation party is over. Rates have slowed that. Obviously, the economy has slowed that. So I've done other videos that go deeper into that, but again, that's what has kind of leveled off these prices, and to see this number here up 5% from 2023, okay, that sounds about right. Let's take a look at days on market. 49 day market currently, and versus 2023, they were looking at 46 days on market, so not a big change here. We should be talking to buyers about this increasing inventory. I think the trends are moving, so inventory should go up. We're even seeing some distressed assets, not a lot, but some distressed assets. Now, I'm not going to see a big rush hit, last minute here, but I think we will gradually see more listings and gradually see people willing to move more as 2024 proceeds. And again, that's just a function of you can only hold on to those golden handcuffs of the low rate for so long. You can only ignore, the fact that you're in the wrong house for so long, whether you really want to downsize or you really want to upsize. The market has stabilized to a degree. And then the big one that I keep preaching, inventory, inventory, inventory. Inventory is what's propping up this market. So rates have gone up, obviously, but you haven't seen a corresponding reduction in price. Why is that? Inventory. Again, last stat, I'll just repeat one more time. We have 4,870 listings in the Denver metro area. 4,870. The average since 1985 is 12,200. Again, this is for January 2024, right? These are January numbers. A lot of people want to live here. There's not enough inventory to supply those folks. So that is keeping these prices stable, keeping these prices, dare I say, high. So that's it, everybody. There's my quick nitty gritty for 2024 January numbers. Of course, if you've got any questions, you can reach out to me. Happy to look at lending options for you, whether it's Fannie and Freddie, government, private. This is what we do all day, every day. And feel free to reach out. I hope you're well. For legal purposes, here I go. NMLS number 1277582 with Excel Financial Group. I'm Chris Lawhead. See you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.